Hey, welcome to Insight. We're exploring different things, and what we're exploring today is the lunar rover. And let's see what's in plain sight with the lunar rover. It's okay if people are not ready for flat Earth and all this other business. That's okay. But first of all, we have to get people's minds to understand and just look critically at the moon landing. And the reason why we need to do that is not so much to condemnate NASA, the biggest fraud that's ever occurred, I believe. But we have to realize that if we can find something that says, wait a minute, NASA cheated and lied, something to that effect, then it calls everything into question. Everything into question. Okay? Everything that NASA's done. So let's jump right into it here. So let's start out with the landing pad of one of the lunar rovers, which is really funny. Here it is right here. You've been staring at it for a minute. It's very pristine. You can see where it's landed on the moon, supposedly. And so you're looking at it. That's great. Questions come to mind. You have to ask yourself, why isn't it pushed down into the ground? How come there's not a bunch of dust built up around this thing? It came down and gently touched down, admittedly, but really that gentle? What's really funny is, or I find funny, is when you look at this landing gear, what you actually see. So let's zoom in here a little bit. This is the very center, and as you can see, it's quite an elaborate setup. I'm not sure what all this stuff is. It looks like crudely machined aluminum, maybe? It looks a lot like plastic. You have these rather thin lines that are somehow doing something. Looks like a normal screw there. I don't know what this is supposed to actually be. Let's cruise down right down here. Okay. Now, this is an official NASA photo, by the way. But look, it hardly dented anything. And when you look at it in its entirety, you can clearly see that something doesn't look right. Of course, now, here we go. Here's the iconic moon footprint, the first one, Apollo 11. And the only reason why I'm bringing this one up right now is because if you look, you can see an imprint of a moon boot, which is great. He sunk down, it looks like, inch and a half. But yet the rover, the lander, didn't sink as far as his feet. So that's weird. Another thing that bothers me, or we have to question, is when you look at this photo here, look at the lander critically. You got this guy here, him and his buddy. They are counting on this thing for everything. Life support, all their supplies to get back to the fucking thing that's waiting for them in the sky to bring them back to Earth. And they're betting all their marbles on this piece of equipment right here. Okay? Look at this thing. You just take a look. Forget that they told you that we went to the moon and they had a lander and it did this and it did that. Look at this piece of equipment. Just for a second. I implore you. You have these big gaping seams right here. I'm not even sure what this is. Was that maybe a hot dog or something? Let's zoom in on that. What do we got here? Is that some type of light or something? It's a rather anomalous situation. Let's come back over here. And you have whatever this is. I have no idea what this astronaut thinks he's doing. But one thing I did really enjoy was looking at these jet blasters that are going to control this thing when it goes back off the moon and reconnects with the other thing, and they go back. Look at these little tiny thruster things. You really think that would, well, I don't know, it's space. Who the hell knows what it can do? But they just seem like ridiculously small little pieces of crap. Then you come down here and start looking at like the landing gears and stuff like that. Just look at this. What is going on here? This is what huge sums of money buys you, is something like that. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. This is the lunar rover. Gonna take a drag on this one. I'm sorry, I smoke. Fuck you. Here's the lunar rover, and what a beauty it is. We're gonna zoom in on this. You knew we were. And so you have this guy, right? And it's one impressive piece of equipment. I gotta tell you that it is very impressive. Complete with like totally, these lawn chairs or something. I have no idea why they would do this type of thing. And it just, wow, it's sad. What no one seems to realize is this is supposedly on the moon, and here's the lunar rover, but there's a problem. There are no tire tracks. No tire tracks. No tire tracks up here. No tire tracks here. And no tire tracks back here. No tire tracks there. Doesn't seem to be any there. So how the hell did this thing get here? Did it just pop out and land here? No. It couldn't have just popped out and landed here. It must have been driven here. So where are the damn tire tracks? There are no tire tracks. Therefore, you have to say, this is bullshit. Another one. Another one. Oh, I guess I'm just moving up. Sorry, I gotta get out of the... Not used to this software yet. Again, here we go. Here's another supposed legitimate photo of the lunar lander. And guess what? It's facing that way. It's facing away from us. So he must have backed this in because there's no tracks back here. Oh, wait a minute. There's no tracks right there either. I don't see any tracks there. I don't see any tracks anywhere. So there's no tracks here, and there's no tracks there. Then there ain't no goddamn tracks anywhere. And that's just the bottom line. Sorry, it's a fake photo. This is just an illustration of underneath the lunar lander. There we go. And it's just illustrating how there is no disturbance of the soil anywhere here. Although they did seem to want to randomly throw some type of bag out on the ground. Don't know. Okay, we're back to the lunar lander again. Here we go. Another legitimate photo, right? Lander going around the moon. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. No tire tracks. None. Let's get right in here. See no tire tracks. Gotta be some tire tracks. How can there not be tire tracks? What'd it do? Just land there? Don't know. Let's check out another one. Come on. Let's have some fun here, alright? Lunar lander. This is the famous one where they jizzed on the lens or whatever. They were talking about smudging it between EVAs. I like the magical paintbrush deal. But, again, look. No tracks. Don't see any tracks. Don't see any tracks ahead of it that you can see. Very interesting. Enough to drive you mad. Oh, wait a minute. Just when you think we're done. No, here's some more. Here's some more. No tire tracks. No tire tracks. No tire tracks. No tire tracks. So if there's no tire tracks, what does that tell you? It tells you that it's fake. Has to be fake. Here's another one. No tire tracks. No tire track, no tire tracks, no tire tracks anywhere. How did it get there? I don't know. Probably just got that message that popped up, didn't you? Now, this is a little off track, but check this out. This is the NASA release of the moon transit, about a year ago. And it immediately became a media sensation because it's so fake. Check out this guy right here. See him? That spot right there. Virtually does not change at all over a quarter of a rotation of the Earth. The clouds all pretty much just stay the same. If you look in older NASA videos, you see the clouds are continuously changing and all that. So that and this strange green glow that happens, and these mysterious stars that pop in and out. It's a fake. It's a complete fake. NASA had to admit that they faked it. Here's the famous big ball, the big blue ball. Come on, really? I don't think so, Tim. This is amazing when you look at this. Whoops, hello. I want to show you the landing gear on this puppy. Check that out. That's some pretty impressive engineering right there. Look at that. What a beauty. Check it out. What I like to ask is, why does it look like so much like shit? Look at these dents, big caps. What is going on here? What are we really looking at? Are we looking at something that actually landed on the moon? Look at this. Look at this stuff. It's crazy. What else we got going here? I mean, it just looks like a pile of crap covered in gold foil and high hopes. Wow. So the question really becomes, did we actually go to the moon or what? Again, here's another one, no tracks. And we got this guy here, supposedly zipping around on the moon again. No stars. Hard to believe. Just hard to believe. Well, that's all I got for now. This was a fairly long test because I wanted to check out the amount of usage that it took to do about a 15-minute video. And so I did. And so, in plain sight, I'd like to thank you for watching and listening to me ramble. And we will see you next time.